In this video, we're going to be doing something different. I was going through my Redstone world recently, and I thought it was a cool idea to kind of share with you some of the forgotten Redstone projects that I've kind of given up on, or I'll probably come back to it later. But yeah, I thought that would be fun, and there's some really old projects in this world, and I think they're going to be really interesting. So this is the first project, and it is basically a Shulker Box Sorting system. So basically what you would do is that you would throw an item in here, and basically it would go through all the Shulker boxes that are in the system. They are right here, right? So there's many different ones, and then basically it would find the Shulker boxes that have the item that I'm looking for. So for this example, we're going to throw in redstone, and basically what would happen is that there's an item filter right here. Where is it? Right here. And every time you threw an item, it would replace this item filter, and then shulker boxes would be like flipping through them, basically. Like, so a shulker box would be placed, and then one item, or if it finds the correct item, like that one right there, you see how this one went off? If it finds the correct item, then it would just push them to this hopper on the other side, that one right there. But if it didn't get the item, then it will just push it to this hopper, and then it will basically send it back to where it belongs. But it was a really cool project, and it was like really inspired by Etho, because I forgot when shulker boxes came out, 2000 or not 2000, like 1.9, I think. Yeah, that was a combat update. I don't know if they added shulker box in that update, but I'm pretty sure they did. So that was a while ago. And he built like the Pixel, I think it was called, and it was like a sorting system that would do the exact same thing, but he had a menu system, but it was definitely inspired by that, and I thought it was super interesting. Anyways, we basically searched for redstone, and we got these 3 shulker boxes, and all of them have redstone, and that was basically the goal of it. The only thing is that you would basically, redstone had to be taken out, right? Out of these shulker boxes. So I would have like a system maybe in the future that would just send the leftover redstone to like a chest up here, so you can just take it or something like that. But yeah, this is like the only version I'm pretty sure that works in my world. I've messed with it like a ton of times, and I did have another world specifically for this type of project, but it got so big and so crazy. But I definitely would want to make it more faster. It's quite slow right now just because it just takes forever to identify like which ones has the redstone or which one has the item I'm searching for. So yeah. So this is the next forgotten redstone build. It's quite destroyed, but basically what it was supposed to be like a mech or a big giant robot. It didn't move, but all it did was just have like these huge cannons, and you would basically control everything inside of the head, right? And that was a goal. So we have the leg slash feet cannon, the shoulder fireball, and then the hip fireball, and then we have the main chest cannon. Surprisingly, the main chest cannon still works. It does take a second still, but it actually still works. Oh my god, that's so loud. My goodness, bring that down. But this has like quite a bit of history to it. Before I even had Minecraft on the PC, me and a few of my friends would hop on the PS3. I think PS3 had Minecraft. I'm pretty sure it did. And we would create like spaceships out of like wool and wood, and I think whoever had like a still functioning redstone like weapon, like we would build 2 ships and they would fight each other, and whoever still had like a functioning redstone like system, like cannon or fireball, would win. It was a really fun thing to do, or whoever was still alive, because I think we were put in survival, and we just had to survive in the ship too. But like, since it was made out of wool and wood, like the shoulder like fireballs, things like this, yeah, like that would probably destroy your entire ship. Basically was the goal with it. But it has been destroyed, and honestly I would actually like to come back to this, make it like way cooler than it is right now. This is like the oldest part of my world, but it was a really cool thing, and I would like to come back to this someday. So we are not in my redstone world, at least my main redstone world. Usually when I'm trying to really focus on something, I create a whole new world for it, and this was the main focus of this world, was a different type of sorting system. Actually, back here when this world was first created, this was a plan to create a different type of shulker system. like, I think how it worked is that it would give you like a category shulker box. So it would be like wood, cobblestone, or like stones, and then you would click, or you would press Q, like you would drop an item, and then it would send you the shulker box that had like all the stones, I think was the goal with it. Because I think at this point I wanted to create a massive storage system in my real single player survival world, and I just wanted one that was like, it was massive, basically, was a goal. And this was all just trying to figure out how to kind of create something like that. And I wanted it to look like this, basically. So you would have like this column was specifically for wood. Now that I'm looking back at it, this is like way overkill, right? Like you don't need that many things for wood, but this is like everything corresponding to wood, including like oak saplings, or this was like all the types of wood, I think. Yeah, this was like all the types of wood, because then you would have spruce, right? And then like jungle and things like that. But yeah, this was a really cool build. I wanted it to basically, I wanted a huge like hallway of just a ton of these barrels. I also use barrels because chests create a ton of lag. There's a video on my channel on how chests cause a ton of lag. It is crazy. So definitely use barrels if you're building a storage room, or if you're using a ton of chests, it will cause a ton of lag. So definitely use barrels. And I obviously kept this in mind when I was building this. And basically how it would work is that you would press Q on one of these items and it would drop, and then it would be sent down this stream of water. And then once it hit a item filter, basically, so if I dropped oak and this one was oak, it would basically, how would it work? It would push up this piston like that, and then since all of these pistons were off, or all of these piston blocks were down, this was what we would do is actually send a like a clock or something, not a clock, but something to constantly like send a signal here to shoot out an item. So I think I had like a 64 or 32. So basically we would have a clock that would send 32 pulses down this entire line. But since this block was the only one that was up, this is the only one that would shoot out the item, basically, was the goal with it. It was a really cool build. Honestly, this part was the easier part to figure out. It's really huge, but in my survival world, I have the resources. But honestly, and I wanted it to be really cool. But the most confusing part was actually building this. What this all is just making it so that it would return the item back to its original spot, right? Because if you just press Q here, it would just send the item, but like how are you gonna get it back here? Because you don't want to have like a stack of that, right? That would be kind of annoying. And basically what this would do is once it came back, I think it would go here, and what it would do is that there is the comparators and stuff right here, and basically what it will do is turn off one set of hoppers. So since this one's powered, the first item will come here and it will stay here, and basically if it can go into any of one of these, then it will go in. But if it didn't, then after a few seconds this one would turn off, but this one would still stay on. So that means that this hopper would be like have the item now, and hoppers can send items diagonally when they're powered, but they can't send items down vertically when the bottom one is powered. So it was very complicated because you had to basically allow items like just like coming down in like a cycle. So it would be like a hopper right here, right? This is the item, but then it would have to wait a second and see if like it can go into the chest. Anyways, it was a big deal. I was really proud of this. I think it works. I don't want to mess with it because I think I want to come back to it at some point. But like it takes a long time. And how it was really cool because when it stopped, we had like a stop command here. This is like a cool thing. Basically, like once it saw that there was no more items in this chest, I think, or in this dropper right here. Once it saw that there was no more items in this dropper, it would shoot out this paper that had stop on it. And basically the stop command would just basically go down all the same hoppers, but once it didn't go through any of them, it would just shoot out of this dropper, and then it would hit this item filter with the same command, with the same stop command. And basically once it hit this, it told the system turn it off, stop constantly running on a clock. I think this thing runs on a clock, basically doing that same cycle of bringing down the items. So yeah, it was a cool build. I definitely want to come back to this, but like the issue is I haven't worked on this in like a few months, maybe a year. So coming back to a redstone project that you have spent that much time away from is a little scary because you have no idea how it works, basically. So yeah. So that's gonna be it for this video. Let me know what you guys think of this type of video. It was definitely fun for me. I do have a few more projects that I could show you guys, but I think they're still pretty cool. But let me know what you guys think of this kind of like video. So thank you guys all for watching, like and sub, and I'll see you guys in the next video.